There he is. All right, Shawnee Cal.
How's it going?
Love the hair.
She's
Actually,
the
great.
baker.
Sourdough focaccias. Out of the oven with rosemary. Delicious.
There you
For
go.
today's Italian sandwiches.
Oh, Jesus, you're getting into it.
Yeah, look, here we go.
Put shoes on, yeah. I'm just out of the beach. I have the habit of every morning going into the beach barefoot, so I need to go put some shoes on. I really liked, someone gave a quote of Henry David Thoreau recently saying that success was when you wake up in the morning and there's a sense of excitement about the day ahead, and then when you go to bed, and I'm totally paraphrasing now and getting it totally wrong, but in essence the sentiment was when you go to bed and there's a feeling of satisfaction, gratitude, and a sense of having used all your capacities, in a sense of feeling of contentment. So I think definitely feeling that. I wake up in the morning with a great sense of purpose, and definitely in the evening there's a real sense of, wow, that was pretty full and exciting and an adventure, and I feel tired and ready for bed. So yeah, it's days are feeling full, and quite remarkable too. Got really busy now, and Kev's taken over the mantle of running the main kitchen at the moment. Charlie May's head chef. She's kind of concentrating in the bakery, so me and Dave are in kind of supporting the lads. It's great. Really
I
fun.
think we're going to do handstands this morning and some yoga. Yes! Because we've been totally out of balance. First week we've been open, and it's been a whole lot of work.
Often when I'm asked, say in interviews or things, what's my favourite book, and I'll always say E.F. Schumacher, Small is Beautiful, because I love the ideology that small is beautiful. However, over the last number of years we kind of got caught up with the allure and the bright lights and the kind of Western ideology of bigger is better.
As soon as lockdown, kind of the main quarantine bit, we sat out the back and we did this podcast when it was a chat, and I remember reflecting and saying that, like, I'd love to be able to be content enough with myself that I'd be happy enough making coffees and serving customers, because that gives me so much joy. But then I'm battled within myself with the kind of all the social conditioning that you want to be a big deal and you want to be quote unquote successful and this kind of things, and to making peace with that kind of competitive ego, the ego within myself, and kind of making peace with that. And I guess it's kind of just come about, like it feels like life has kind of come about, that we're back, we're in the ditch, as we like to call it, which is on the front line, serving customers.
To some it could feel like a step in the wrong direction, being back in, chopping in the kitchen and serving coffee that you've served to the same person 15 years ago. But to me it feels a lot more wholesome, feels a lot more pure, and feels grounding and more humble and more where I want to be.
Here's the reality, bin man. Just moving them in, really. We're getting a delivery now of organic veg, so Look, I got the kids helping me as well. Look, there's the girls. It's a family operation. Help! It's probably been a culmination of, for the last few years, feeling a bit disappointed with our detachment from the heart of our business, in a sense. Because this is the place that we started, this cafe and shop, was when Happy Pear first kind of came into manifestation, or came into reality, if you know what I mean. But yeah, the thought I had was that you haven't really lived until you jumped on a bin. It's the reality of it. It's always something that you kind of go, I don't want to jump down a bin. Like, I'm not a caveman. But then as soon as you just get up on the bin and get over yourself, like a joyous jubilance tends to just permeate around you. You're like, this is stupid and silly, and yay! And you can't help but feel like a little kid, which is a good kind of feeling to have. So it's those kind of things, and I think that's part of being an adult. Like when you start becoming an adult, you start kind of those kind of things. I'm not going to do that, and you feel a little more reserved. But I noticed in myself even this morning, it's like, the bins are done, and I was in that kind of flow state that was like, do the next thing. So I'm just up on the bins and jumping up and down in them before I know what's going on. Whereas if you got me at a different time of the day where I was a bit more in my head, I might have gone, I'm not going to do that and whatever, because I shouldn't jump on bins, because I write cookbooks and all this kind of thing. And but I think just the simple things, I guess. I really do think, the way people say they're looking for work that's fulfilling, and the older I get, the more that I realise that word fulfilling is about having to use all of yourself, where you are full, you have to use the full capacity of yourself. And I really think running a business, and certainly like a cafe and a food business, there's so many bits to it, 15 years later, I still feel like every bit of me I have to bring to it. Like I need to bring all of me to make it successful in the various ways in terms of being proud of it and all those things. So it really is. And when you get to do things like this, it just reminds you of the simple little things and the daily grind and how important just showing up and keeping with it, and perspective, I think, you know.
What's the crack, Leonard?
This is super fun. This is a pallet of organic produce which comes from Holland. In an ideal world, we'd be using exclusively organic local produce, but the reality is there's a lot of fruit and stuff that doesn't grow in Ireland. This is great. So I did want to do a workout this morning, but it didn't quite happen because there was lots of stuff going on. So this is a great workout. Stripping in the pallet, horse and boxes around. This morning was the simple joys of getting our first pallet of organic vegetables, like fruit and veg really, and this is the stuff that we couldn't get locally, so it's a lot of kind of the more exotic fruits and other kind of crops that haven't quite come into season here in Ireland. And just the simple joys. It's a sunny day, it's warm, I feel excited, I feel jubilant, I feel like Santa's just come and he's left his presents for us, and it just feels hugely rewarding, you know, lifting boxes around, setting up shop, that anticipation and excitement about the day. And it's that kind of early morning where the kind of energy in the day is starting to come about, and there's all that potential and excitement and play, and it just feels really fulfilling, you know.
Life can appear like an external pursuit, but ultimately, having experienced over the last number of months with kind of this pandemic, so much of our lives has shrunk to where it's tiny, like where literally we've been living in a 2-kilometer radius. And throughout that period, it reminded me of how much of happiness is an internal game, and that if I can find joy in the simple things in life, like being able to work on the coffee machine beside Paul Grimes and just have a bit of a laugh and get in there and make a salad with Kev and really enjoy it and to try to put a bit of love into it. Like if I can go over and hang out with my daughter May, you know, with full presence, I think that is where true happiness lies.
Oh, I forgot how much I love trading, like I really do. Like just setting up the shop in the morning as the sun comes. Like if I was to think of my perfect day, there would definitely be the morning. There'd be an hour or two lifting boxes around, setting up shop, standing here in the street, meeting and greeting, saying hello to you. Morning, Pierce.
Morning.
How's it going?
Good.
Did you go for a run?
Yeah, 2 hours.
2 hours. Good job.
Yeah.
Well, this is Pierce, is our oldest employee. Pierce worked with us 15 years. Pierce bags all the carrots and potatoes.
Yeah.
And he ties them
Are you
up.
down for you?
I don't think we need any more now today.
Friday.
Friday would be a good day. I guess not being on the front line and not kind of being involved in the shop or the kitchen or the orderings, you're kind of removed from a decent part of the business. So like it just feels so much more integral and so much better really to be involved right the way through, because you can ensure the quality, you can see you really feel proud again, you can feel that the customer is going to get the experience which you want them to get.
Now the general feeling going to work, I'm always happy going to work, and when we first started the shop, used to use the word play, going off to play shop, and it feels like more integral.
I guess the paradox has been that part of our secret for happiness for ourselves has been under our nose the whole time, and I guess this whole corona thing has been an element of coming home and realizing what we've had all along, and the simple things. And it sounds so quintessential and so cliched that it's family and it's being grateful for what you have, and often it takes people getting sick
Maybe
or something to become aware.
Yeah, and even in our case, like we were just talking about it there, just trying to wonder how can we sum all this up well, and then Dave saw this sign just over here that we used to have on the wall where saying you are rich when you are content and happy with what you have. And I think that's ultimately it. It's about making the best of what we have and not necessarily wanting for more, but just enjoy. Again, it's so cliched, but
it's also to say that we haven't cracked it. We have not. This is a consistent work in process. Happiness is not a destination in any sense, but I guess we've realized that the happiness is part of the journey. It's part of the daily struggles, and we realized that serving customers and being involved at the heart of our business is really central to our own happiness. So I guess it's an awareness within ourselves, and maybe it's relevant to you in terms of your own life, in terms of kind of going, Maybe
Right.
there's bits of your life that you've kind of somehow lost touch with, and maybe it's your family, maybe it's friendships, maybe it's, I don't know.
Yeah, hobbies that you turned your back on, thought you were better than.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you for watching our video. We are very, very grateful. Thanks for all the comments that you wrote in the last video. They were really,
pretty
really
overwhelmed
uplifting.
and grateful with it all, so thank you.
And I guess we're going to keep trying this storytelling video until we see that you don't really like them anymore. Or that you
And
really
let us-
love them. Or that you love them.
And
So
let us know if there are any other aspects you want us to cover and topics that we should explore. But we're really enjoying this, and lots of love.
thanks a million. Bye.